Hiya, this is a new video for the website letsbuildabetterworld.uk. It's going on a blog page, and you can find the video as blog April 2024 under the menu heading blog. The video is all about Essay A, and Essay A is under the New Science Essays. My name is Colin, I'm British and I'm 64. When I was 16 I was top in science in school, and I saw Ethiopian famines on the TV, and when I saw that I was very moved, and I decided that I would dedicate my life to building an ideal world. But key to this decision was that I would use only scientific methods. My family is an engineering background. My dad's an engineer, my brother's an engineer, my mother used to work on a calculating machine. And so I come from an engineering background, and that's the way I want to work. I was amazed to find, I was an atheist when I began my journey, that God came to meet me on the same journey with gifts and answers to my questions. So Essay A contains three assumptions. First, God exists. Second, God created our world. And third, something went wrong in the process of creation of the world. I'm not really happy about this video. I don't really like it. I don't really like Essay A because it makes these three assumptions. Really, I don't want to make any assumptions, and in the later essay, called From an Atheist Point of View, I go into greater detail and I make no assumptions at all. I'm not really happy about doing this video because of these assumptions, although these three assumptions are what most major faiths in the world would accept. But as an engineer, I don't like it. I don't like unproven assumptions. I'm a fan of a Korean guy, Sun Myung Moon. He died about 10 years ago, but my work is based on his brilliant work, so I have to admit, I recognise that, otherwise it's plagiarism. Prepare to be amazed. The character of God. How can we understand the character of God? Here I'm using the term man to refer to men and women, which is a limitation of the English language. It's just an abbreviation. So if somebody creates something, when I create something, or when Van Gogh creates a painting, his character is reflected in that creation. So God created our world, so if we can see patterns or things expressed in our world, we can understand and guess that God has that characteristic. So looking at God, there is a duality. We can see a common characteristic of masculinity and femininity. So in man, there's male and female. In animals, there's male and female. In flowering plants, there's male and female. And in particles, there's positive and negative. And if you look at the solar system, you see a massive sun surrounded by planets, which is similar. And if you look at galaxies, you see stars surrounding a big black hole, again, which is similar. All of these characteristics relate to each other as subject to object. So the subject is usually bigger and stronger, and the object is smaller. The subject gives and the object receives. Hence, by this give and take action, the subject and objects are bound together tightly. Because of this clear and common characteristic, we can conclude that God looks like a total and complete perfect masculinity united to a total and perfect complete femininity, and God exists as that partnership between the male and female aspects. both of these centre on 100% freedom. So as you can see, this is beginning to unite the worlds of science and religion and spirituality. It's amazing. Another characteristic is that everything has an internal character and external form. So man has a mind and body, animals have a mind and body, plants, Moon says they have a plant mind and body, particles have energy and a particle. So energy has an internal characteristic that requires it to form a particle. This duality also relates as a subject to object pair. It's the same as the other duality. The subject has a purpose for whole, the object has a purpose for individual. Therefore God looks like this: internal character, external form, invisible, perfect and complete, visible, perfect and complete. The earth is sometimes called Mother Earth, and we refer to God as masculine because it is the invisible internal subject of internal character. As you can see, this theory is beginning to have political implications. For example, it requires 100% freedom. So if an ideology in the world comes into existence that does not have 100% freedom, this theory says that is wrong. So the next bit is my own work. 2 ways to relate to God. This is a simple extrapolation of some Jung's idea, but I've never heard it taught or mentioned before. It is my idea. Because God is a God of dualities, we should not be surprised to discover there are 2 ways to relate to God. There is the way of beauty and the way of love. Man was created by God in the image of God. God is beautiful. So when man was created, his child was beautiful. However, something went wrong in the process of creation. Something went wrong. So because of that, man became ugly. He lost his internal beauty. So for a fallen man to become an object of beauty to God again, he must acknowledge his sin, repent and ask for forgiveness. This is the teaching of Christianity, and it is valid. In this relationship, God is the subject and man is the object, and God gives love to man. The way of love. Man was created with the ability to give love to God. So if a man makes a 100% offering to God, God can accept that and return that love to him. So for example, if a man makes an offering to build an ideal world, God can accept that love and respond to it and give him love in return. This characteristic is seen in Eastern religions, not in Western religions, but in Eastern religions. And also I think Islam is a loving religion, not so much beautiful like Christianity. In this relationship, man is the subject and God is the object. Man gives love to God. So this is interesting. To grow to perfection, we need to be experts at the way of beauty and the way of love. We need to be experts at both, and these 2 aspects have got to be united strongly by give and take action between the 2 of them, centering on 100% free will. That's the way to grow to perfection, and I go into greater detail about it in my next video. Coming towards the end now, looking in particular at the way of beauty and the role of mind and body. Mind has a purpose for whole, and body has a purpose for individual. So when the mind dominates the body, the purpose for whole dominates the purpose for individual. Therefore, the overall purpose is unselfish. But when the body dominates the mind, the situation is reversed. The purpose for individual dominates the purpose for whole, and therefore this is selfish. And this is defined as sin in religions, and it can be seen as gluttony, lust, alcoholism, drug abuse. Also, if you look at the Nazis during World War II, they were very clean and smart. So where beauty becomes subject over love, then this problem is the same. It's a selfish construct. And you often see this in religious people. I call it formism. So there you are, the beginning of a whole new philosophy and understanding of life. As I say, I don't like this essay because it makes assumptions. As an engineer myself, I never make an unproven assumption. And I've spent more work on another essay called From the Atheist Point of View, which is on the website. And next month I hope to do a video to begin to explain it. It goes in a lot more detail and is very, very interesting. So let's build a better world, and thank you for your time. Bye bye.